Welcome to Band Theories. Today we're going to be talking about Netflix highly anticipated Army of the Dead. Yay!
Okay, wait, I'll do it. For me. Yay!
There we go. Mike, any yays from you?
Fuck no. I mean, yeah, it's
Yay.
okay.
All right, let's before we continue, spoiler review. We will be talking about spoilers in the movie. It's not really a review, it's more of a discussion on why we like or hate the movie. Hey. So without further
You hate the movie.
yeah, without further delay.
Okay. So let's just start off with me because it'll be easier.
All right.
So I like the movie. I didn't mind it. There wasn't that much slow-mo. There was a decent amount of gore for me and heads blowing up and limbs and blood and guts and stabbings and shootings. So I liked it. I felt bad for certain characters. And it was a little twist at the end where not like a twist, but I didn't really see it coming, but I guess it adds to the story. Now they are making an animated prequel also on Netflix.
For the same movie?
Within the same universe, Zack Snyder behind it, everything. So that's me.
Yeah, you're sticking to it. Bren, you want to go or you want me to go first?
Oh,
I'll go.
Brendan, you go first because Mike is just gonna take it home.
Mike is going to take the rest of the show. Watching this has made me realize that Zack Snyder should not write. I'm sorry, I did not have a good time with this movie. Watching it, I found myself annoyed by certain things that were going on. There's a strong lack of common sense as far as how the characters behave in certain situations. And as I'm watching, I kind of realized watching it the way that it's filmed. It's filmed to show like these awesome action-packed moments, but there's no real substance to them. There's no like, how did it get to this moment? You're watching it and you're like, okay, so he must have wrote on a notepad somewhere, cool shootout scene, and that's what he films. But I never felt like there was a reason for those scenes to really happen. And the more and more I watched it, the more and more I felt like it was like a video game almost. And then when I came to terms with what I was watching, I started to enjoy it. It's not a serious zombie movie. There's a lot of silliness going on. There's a different approach to zombies. And once I kind of took myself out of that element of what I know about zombies and what I was expecting, I started to enjoy it at the end. And I was like, you know what? This is just a movie you could put on, watch it. It's gonna be a background movie, and I'm not gonna take it serious. Would I go out to the movies to see this? No. But is it on Netflix and you can stream it at your own pace whenever you want to? Yeah, that's cool. And I think it's exactly where it has to be. It's on Netflix, which makes it wonderful for what it is. And yeah, Mike.
All right, people. First off, and I don't know why you even think this movie is fucking good at all, first of all. Now, let's just, is a zombie movie for what it is? Okay, fine, I'll take it for what it is. But yeah, the characters suck, like seriously suck. Nobody's got any, like, the only person I even felt kind of bad for was the guy you actually see at the end of the movie, because he was the only one that had a little substance and even sounded like he had a brain. All of them sounded like they had no common sense, like Brendan said. Nobody knew anything what the hell they're doing. And I also kind of felt bad for the girl in the beginning because she was like kick ass. They needed to keep this girl because she was actually the only one really fighting. Everybody else is just like killing a million of them. Okay, that's cool. But the fact of the matter is, now you're getting, I mean, they give you the story now that you at least why they're in Vegas, why they're going for the money. It's not just like some bunch of idiots going to Vegas because they need money in an apocalypse movie. It's not an apocalypse movie. It's literally now a science experiment. Like literally the military wanted to fuck around with zombie material and turn somebody into a zombie or whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was coronavirus vaccine. Who knows? Whatever the hell it was. Messed up this guy, turned him into like some super zombie who's walking around with a bulletproof helmet. How fucking smart are these zombies? Like, these are not zombies. These are mutations. The fact that it's called a zombie movie, it should not be called a zombie movie. I mean, granted, these things are dead, but they're not. They're mutated. They're not really dead. It's like a fucking bite off of Resident Evil. Okay. It's like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a bite off of Resident Evil. It's a virus that gets out of the military, off the base, whatever the hell it is, and then it starts going. We can have it on Vegas, which the rest of the world is already planned on nuking this place, but they're waiting for July 4th. You gotta, like, what the fuck is wrong with this? You can nuke this place at any point or whatsoever, and you're waiting for people to keep on going inside and trying to get some money. First of all, you're stupid enough to go in there. There's all the 3 ladies. Why the fuck you trying to go in there with some blonde lady who's got a ridiculous ass name called the Coyote, who leaves your ass there? What is that?
Wait, Mike, do you not know what coyotes are?
I know I know what they are, because they're assholes. I know what they are, but it's still a stupid ass name.
Okay,
it's still a stupid ass name. But anyway, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Bautista, can he act? Like, is he don't know how to act, like, other than being Drax and just saying 2 lines every movie? Because this guy's horrible. And then the fact of the matter is, nobody, like, the only one that walks away with any kind of money is gonna die either way. The motherfucker, like, and you want to leave it open? You give the guy, the only person that really got any real money, the possible next zombie movie.
All right, so before we go into any more spoilers, what's your verdict? Will you recommend this movie to anyone?
I would say if you have nothing to do for 3 fucking hours, waste your time and go ahead, watch this movie. This was the biggest, and it could have been easily cut down. Don't get me wrong on that one too. It could easily be cut down a half hour to 45 minutes. You got a lot of bullshit in there that makes no sense to have in there. You're trying to build some character content to the characters, right? The only character you built up was Bautista. The rest of them, you're just giving a little bit of bites here and there. And you give the only character that is supposed to be a main character, you kill him. You kill off your main character that has the only substance to it. And like, oh, I just want to look at you. Oh, my sweet daughter. Bitch can't be that sweet if she left your ass and said, fuck you, because you were too much of a bitch to be a fucking father. You know what I mean? Like, this movie is just, everywhere you look, it pisses me off. I can't, even if it
grinds
cool,
my gears.
You know what I mean? Like, it's cool, the kind of concept of what they're doing with the zombie thing, but at the same time, you're biting off of another movie. You're really biting off of another movie. You're biting off of you're biting off of Resident Evil, and you just might as well just put this chick who can't act in there also and just fucking throw it and say Resident Evil 6 in fucking Vegas. You know what
Actually,
I mean? Like,
they did a Resident Evil in Vegas, I think.
See what I'm saying? And then, and the whole thing was, I knew this guy had some other kind of plan. I knew the Japanese man had something else in mind. Because why are you sending that one dude for your security team on there, right? Who benefits nothing. When you could just give, here's the card.
He got devoured. And that was awesome.
That was great. I wanted him to get devoured because
that was
first
awesome.
of all, you screwing up people all left and right. You're being an asshole. So yeah, I'm glad you got chewed the fuck up.
He got chopped out like 4 times and then
and why was he even that long? A zombie tiger would have just ate his ass. You throw him out like, oh, but it's a toy. Oh, I got a fucking chew toy. He's getting tossed around. Eat him.
You want to know when I first realized this movie wasn't gonna be that good? Was at the very fucking beginning when. So we're gonna venture into serious spoiler country right now. So you haven't really watched it. If you want to be surprised at some point, tune off. But 1, 2, 3, here we go. in the very beginning, there's a car crash that happens, right? I knew it was going to be a bad movie when the lead Humvee that swerves out of the way out of the oncoming car, nothing happens to it. It just runs off the road, right? The driver of that Humvee stumbles out and his mouth is bloody and he loses a tooth. Bro, what the fuck did you hit that caused that? Nothing.
Nothing.
The car didn't hit him. He swerved out of the way. He just went onto the dirt. It was a little bumpy. He comes out. He loses a tooth somehow. I'm like, all right, so maybe in some form or fashion, the way it was cut, maybe he's supposed to be in it. I don't know. But I'm like, all right, that just seems like shitty filmmaking right there. And then this zombie comes out and he starts attacking everyone, right? The two soldiers who are not near him, instead of getting back in their Humvee and driving away, they run into the desert. And then one of them is like, oh, I can't run, I'm hurt, you know, and the other one's like, no, we gotta go on. One dude trips, and the other's like, oh, I was scared. He starts laughing. You just saw your entire team get demolished by some mutant in your lap. So I'm like, all right, this shit's not serious at all. Cut to the beginning credits where they're showing how Las Vegas is falling. And for whatever reason, you have people you have soldiers parachuting into Vegas, which makes no fucking sense. That's like telling a scuba diver to jump into a shark feeding frenzy. Why would you do that? That would not happen in real life. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, okay, so this movie just says, like, fuck you to total common sense, throws it out the window, and then watches it on the floor, like, splats, and then pours gasoline on that common sense and lights it ablaze, because there's no common sense at all in this movie.
No,
you know,
the army would have, this place would have been nuked from the start.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it like every day now, like, oh, there's protests and all these humanitarians. Okay, so you would rather this spill into another country, into the rest of the United States, other than just blow this place off the planet, because it's already gone. It's already demolished. There's nothing left. All the people are literally killing other people. What the fuck is the purpose of, our humanitarians, our volunteers? Give me a fucking break.
See, that's what I mean? That's what I said. This movie felt like it had a bunch of like smart ideas or action-packed ideas that he wanted to film, but there's no real like meat to it. There's no real reason. When that guy that ends up betraying all of them, when he betrayed the first chick, right? When she realized that she was betrayed, when he locked the door behind her, and she meets up with the group later on by jumping through a window, she's not shouting and saying, yo, that motherfucker left me. She doesn't say that. She just goes, go, run. At what point, like, she could have easily said, yo, that dude that no one trusted really did betray us. Fuck him up. That doesn't happen.
No.
So
that's what I was saying. I was like, why did she, like, her last breath let them know, like, that dude's a dick, fucked us over.
But you know what? I thought that it was even a waste of a moment, because if she was dead either way, why the fuck put her through that window? Why put her through that window? If she was going to live and continue on with them, cool. She didn't get bit. She's going to continue. Why the fuck are you jumping through a window to do what?
It's to show how much of a badass she is.
Oh, no.
That's it.
No, and then that's like at the end of the movie.
Oh, and my wife pointed out how her friend shoots the gasoline pack on her back, right? And a big explosion happens, but none of them are affected by it. They're standing there. They're not blown back. Bits of zombie aren't blown towards their direction. It's just an explosion that happens in a hall, enclosed hall. So it's like little things like that irked me. But it was around this point where I kind of just dialed out. I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to take this movie serious?
You can't take this movie serious, man. You cannot take this movie serious for anything.
That point, that was the point I started enjoying the movie. I'm like, I can't take this shit. This shit is a campy video game. That's what it is.
It is a video game. It's exactly like a video game.
One thing that did get me was when Batista was going in the elevator with that girl that admitted she had feelings with him, which she just borrowed the same storyline from his daughter, because his daughter was like, oh, you thought I was mad at you because you had to kill mom? I wasn't mad at that. I was mad that you shut me out. And then, no lie, like 3 minutes later, this lady saying, "I'm not here for the money. I'm here for you. You know, you don't get that, but it hurt. You shut me out." I'm like, yo,
and
like,
she went,
yeah.
They
And
didn't,
then
they didn't bite her
like
ass.
the doors
Yo.
opened and the zombie broke her neck. That was like one of the coolest moments of the movie.
broke her neck like all the way around.
Like I
Yo,
love,
it made him.
like
It made
I
him
love
see.
seeing that. But like the whole story that led up to that, I was like, all right, like there's no substance. Like you're just rinsing and repeating what another character just said literally minutes ago.
But you
So
know, if they were gonna kill her in that instance, what the fuck was even the point of telling him all that? Like already, we knew there was something happened between these two. This might be the way they're talking the
Yeah,
whole
but
time. The way
people
they're
are
getting
gonna
it.
die. People are gonna die anyway.
Of
So you're like,
course.
okay, so if they're all gonna die, then what's the point of them being in the movie?
all right, no, but thing
What's
is that's
what's the point of them
this is
saying
Zack Snyder's
words
way.
if they're all gonna die anyway?
But this is Zack Snyder's way of trying to build up character relations and make us care for these characters, but it's falling flat. Like I don't care about any of these characters. You know, none of this is hitting home for me because
No.
it's so silly. Why do I care about these characters? Like, why do I care about this helicopter pilot who was supposed to be funny and charming, but came off more as annoying? You
Yeah.
know, even the safecracker who they made a big thing about him being a safecracker, and he did his job like in 30 minutes, and it was like it wasn't amazing what he did.
Yo,
you
but
know?
and this is supposed to be like one of them like ridiculous safes that's supposed to be like made by like some like huge like a safe maker, like some famous guy for making like impenetrable safes, and this little piece of shit who couldn't even figure out how do you how am I supposed to kill a zombie? You never watched the damn movie? You don't figure how do you kill a person?
On the
Kids,
topic
you know
of
what I mean?
zombies, what the fuck are these guys? Like you said, they're not zombies. They're like demonic mutations almost because,
Yes.
you know, yeah, all right. So Zack Snyder did something brave and different with not going with the same fit when it goes to zombies. You know, zombies come from usually the same mold. Usually have they bite you, you turn to the the undead, you get a fever, blah blah blah, you turn to a zombie, and you're a slow walker, or you're something more like um what
Temperature
is it?
starts dropping.
Like 30 what was that? 30 days later, or whatever that movie was.
Oh
Huh?
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, not 30 days in there, but 20 weeks later, something like that.
28 days later.
20, yeah. So they weren't zombies, but they were pretty much like zombies, and they were fucking filled with rage and running fast. And same thing for the World War Z movie where they had like
That's like this
zombies.
too. That's like this too because
These zombies they're smart. You have the regular zombies, then you have the ones that the main zombie bit, and they become alphas, and they have communications, whatever. But the main zombie has a fucking bulletproof helmet.
Yeah.
He has a stick he carries as a spear. He's riding an undead horse. It's like, come on, like I don't want to watch the story of zombie Jesus. Like he had a fucking zombie tiger. Like I wasn't feeling that.
No. Like I said, that was like to me, it felt like a Resident Evil type of thing. Like they just come up with like stupid ass dead characters. Like
it starts to feel silly real quick, and that's what it was. I was watching it, and like I said, I was enjoying it. Once I took myself out of it, and it's like I can't take this movie serious. And yeah, it's a silly ass movie. Like I would have been mad if I paid money to go watch this.
Hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! If I had to, if it wasn't on Netflix, I literally would. Yeah, if I even paid $5, I would have been mad.
Like the only I could be mad at right now is that I wasted 2 hours and like 15 minutes of my life watching shit.
Dude, it was 2 hours and 25 minutes. What are you talking about? It was almost an hour and a half. I was almost 2 hours and a half. Like you could have chopped this down if you weren't even gonna like really put a lot of effort into showing that people's like backgrounds. Then why bother with all this bullshit inside?
The better movie would have been what they showed in the beginning credits with like the introduction to these characters and how they become like zombie badass kick-ass like slayers. That's the movie you want to see, like these people surviving in Las Vegas when the shit was going down. I didn't need to see this bullshit heist movie. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry, not sorry. And that's it.
Yeah, that first like half hour scene that they had, with all them saving their people, saving a whole bunch of people, like sergeants.
I didn't care to, I just wanted to see zombies get shot up and chopped and stabbed and blown up and all that stuff. So that was fine for me.
That was cool. Okay,
And
the
he
scene.
did have some. The helicopter pilot was Tig Notaro, I think it was, and she was put in afterwards. After production was done, there was a different character, a different actor, and the studio wanted him out. So all of her scenes are all CG green screen and edited into the movie.
Which they did an amazing job. I didn't notice that. So I see. I guess I know where I know where the money went to. It went to that helicopter pilot and that tiger, because that shit didn't go to the storyline department. I'm sorry.
But you know what? Honestly, too, the tiger scene, I feel like it felt sad. What I was saying is the other disappointment to this whole thing is the fact of who directed it. The fact that it was Snyder who directed it also makes me. If it was just some Joe Schmo just starting out, I say, all right, it's not a bad movie. The fact that it's Snyder, and the movie is almost 3 hours long, which could have been an easy hour and a half. It's a disappointment. Big disappointment.
It is.
And it's just like, and it could have been an interesting concept because of the way they made it. Mutated zombies. Okay. The main chick zombie has a baby there, and they even show that moment that it's like it's something is retarded. Like,
well,
okay,
I think the baby died. Like, or how does
was it alive?
It stopped existing. I don't like.
Was it alive? I mean, was it one of them in general? Like, was it growing? That's my thing. Like, were they really gonna make a pregnant zombie? Like, is that really something? Like, come on now, what the fuck is that? A pregnant zombie? Are you really getting up? Like, are you really getting in on that one? Like, what is this? This is like
I said, Zack Snyder, he made some bold choices for this movie. I felt a lot of them don't work, unfortunately.
No.
But listen, once you go into this movie, and as long as you go into this movie understanding it's just a silly time, then you might enjoy it. But if you go in there if you go in there with any delusions that it's going to be taken as a serious zombie flick, or if it's going to be anything like Dawn of the Dead, which is my favorite Zack Snyder movie, then you're going to get the wool pulled over your head, because this is not that.
Dawn of the Dead has substance. Dawn of the Dead actually had substance. They made you feel bad. They made you feel bad for characters.
Yeah, you end up liking the characters. You feel bad for their plight of being stuck in this mall and trying, the zombie apocalypse. I mean, I haven't seen this movie in years, and I still remember key moments of that movie. But I'm pretty sure by next week, I'm not going to remember things of this movie. Like, I'm not going to remember scenes from Army of the Dead. It's not going to click.
It's like he does, like Kevin Smith does Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
Not for everyone. He does what he wants to see and what he wants. So I guess Zack Snyder makes Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah.
Not for everyone, but it's...
I kind of wish that WB didn't fuck him over. He did write the treatment for the third movie for 300. I'm a big fan of the 300 series. I love the first one. I even think the second one was good. A lot of people don't. I do. I would have loved to see the continuation of the story, but WB was like, nah. So, but yeah, did Zack Snyder hit or miss with this movie? I feel like it's a miss. I hope his next project is a better one. Doesn't even have to be something DC related. You can come out with another zombie flick or something, just...
he's gonna come out with a second one. He's gonna come out with a second one of this.
Yeah, I mean, he's got other projects.
He's
got other projects, but this one he's working on the anime series for it.
No, but dude, the way they left it.
I know.
Now I have a question. Do you guys remember that dude getting bit? Because I want to know if now.
No, but that's probably something where you're just like, he did get bit,
No, but was he
why
bit?
They revealed
he
that
was bit by one of them like super zombies.
Was he? Like, they never showed. They never showed who bit him. I think
no, but all those ending zombies were all super zombies.
All right, but it was purposeful the way they did it. Like they wanted to say like, oh, one guy did get out. He was gonna live his life, but like me and my
girl
wife
did too.
called, like
The
me and my
daughter did.
fuck her. Me and my wife called it like when
Yo.
she saw the scarf on his arm, she's like the covering his arm on purpose. It was like so out there,
Yo,
and like we weren't surprised.
How did he
Can
get
we-
out the safe?
yeah,
How did he
who
get
knows?
out the vault?
He must have got like some kind of.
How
must
did
have,
he
like,
survive a nuclear fallout? Like they nuked Las Vegas. Radiation doesn't disappear within a day. He should have crazy radiation poisoning.
that? Well, he was already dead, bro.
Yeah,
He's already dying. He's already a
I
zombie.
guess that's how they excuse him getting out of it, and but still,
But no, but here's my thing about that whole aspect at the end of the movie here. Did they really go into the zombies like lair? Did that one little chick really think she was going to get out of this place by herself with a gun? And she just thinks that there are all those big zombies, all these zombies that are passing over her head are just out of the building. And she's just gonna go save, she's gonna go save the day for one fucking lady.
well, Mike,
For one lady.
Mike.
Save the day. And walk into a zombie's literally home. And just be like, oh yeah, let me just shoot them with a little bullshit gun. And just she really thinks she was going to walk away.
Mike,
Like-
that requires something we talked about that this movie doesn't have.
Common fucking
Common sense. There we go.
That bothered me right there.
So I think we can close it out on that note. We've gone on and on so far. We can go on for another 8 years about what we liked and what we didn't like, obviously, about this movie.
Yeah, I can go on the next hour first.
But yeah, thank you for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Like, subscribe. Don't get too mad at us. If you like Zack Snyder, we like him. We do. He's our boy.
Yeah, not against Zack Snyder. It's about this writing of this
I
movie.
just didn't like this one.
The
And
writing
on
of
that
this movie
note,
is bad. Later, people.